Do you know about the fastest firing weapon in Hunt Showdown? The Cadwell Rival? No, not the Automav, not the Crown and King, the Rival. It's lightning fast. With its ability to fire 2 shots in rapid succession, no other weapon can rival the 2-shot kill time of the Rival. Now yes, you could just hit everyone right in their big old noggin, but that's hard. And you can still do that with the Rival, but you have the 2 shots just in case your aim is a little off. Now, don't mistake this bad boy for a weapon with training wheels, as it still takes a little skill to use, although a little less skill than its close counterpart, the Romero, which the Rival is just a more forgiving version of. But yeah, you heard me, I said it takes skill to use this double barrel shotgun. With the Rival, you got 2 shots, and that's it. If you miss, well, it's gonna be a bad time for you, bucko. The Rival buckshot damage hovers around 175, which is the lowest of all full-size shotties in Hunt. And for the spread, well, we all know that the Hunt Showdown crosshairs are slightly inaccurate representations of various shotgun spreads. But when comparing the Rival's crosshair placement to the other available shotguns, it's hard to really tell. But I'd say it's only obviously worse than the Crown and King and Romero. But you can make that decision for yourself, based on these side-by-side comparisons. But if you still think the spread's a little too much, well, you can solve that problem with some custom. Now, when picking what ammo to run on the Rival, you're going to want to stay far away from Pity Shot. But something more along the lines of slugs, or the next best thing you could run might be slugs. And if you're feeling real lucky, I suppose you could run slugs. This will allow for some nice kills at long range and less inconsistency overall. So the Rival shoots fast, but like, why else would I bother picking it up, you ask? Well, first off, the thing is cheaper than dirt. Only $1.50. I mean, you don't even gotta grab the bounty. Once you get 3 of them clues, you just go ahead and beeline it for that extract. Bam! Paid for in full. In addition to this, it's also a pretty early unlock, so all you prestige boys can run this pretty early on. That being said, the Rival's only real competition is of course the Romero, the only other shotgun that requires a little competence, also known as not missing your damn shot. When comparing these, it basically boils down to a couple of trade-offs. For the Romero, instead of 2 shots, you get 1. A lot less forgiving, like 100% less forgiving. But you get more range, and more damage, and a tighter spread. And for the Rival, you get less damage, more spread, and 2 chances to screw it all up. So maybe it doesn't require skill? Nah, it definitely does. Trust me, it does. So we've talked a lot about the gun itself, but what about all that custom ammo? Slugs, and more slugs. Well, we're getting there, but let's start out with old reliable buckshot. And God, does it suck. You really see why they only charge you $1.50 for this gun when you use buckshot. I just want to give up on the damn thing when running buckshot. Like, yeah, you can shoot 2 shots real quick, but it doesn't matter because you really need like 4 of them to get a kill, unless you are fortunate enough to shove them 2 barrels down your opponent's throat. The only good thing about buckshot is it comes standard, free of charge, and it can penetrate through walls. Next up on the list, we got penny shot. And, well, it ain't much better than buckshot, but at least you know what you're getting into. Penny shot, at its best, is a quick way to get rid of Scrap Peek, when you forgot that you were going to end up fighting Scrap Peek. And, at its worst, you miss an opportunity at a juicy wall bank. Now Flechette. This is where we finally see some good out of the Rival, especially when paired with a good old-fashioned budget cut. The pressure that Bleed can provide is pretty unmatched by anything else in Hunt Showdown. And the range of the Flechette can really catch people off guard. You have to put your opponent on a timer that they must attend to, and will oftentimes lead them into a panic. Most often, people will go and hide behind some cover, and if you bring that budget cut I was talking about earlier, or if you're really balling, the uppercut, well, you're just a wall bang away from an easy kill. However, there are some negatives to bring in the Flechette. The most obvious being that you can't pin through walls. You gotta switch to that budget cut. And if you thought buckshot didn't put down hunters up close, well, Flechette barely tickles them. So you can kiss all that goodbye. And last but Certainly not least, slugs, the only correct option when talking about the rival. With slugs, you're capable of turning the rival into a baby Nitro Express, with much better sights, of course. Slug with the rival really showcase the power of the double barrel weapon. First off, it ups the damage levels to be on par with the rest of the shotguns. In addition to this, the ability to fire 2 shots in rapid succession will outdo almost any other shotgun boys you may find out there in the bayou. Now when you upgrade the rival slugs, you're no longer running a budget level. The price nearly doubles. But you can easily counteract this by just getting them juicy bounties. Ammo will also become a bit of a concern, as you will suffer quite a significant cut in the reserve rounds available to you. So if you happen to miss both shots and get away with your life, well, you're not going to be able to do that again. So limit it to 1 time per game. So I would throw the rival just below the Crowning King, the Slate, and just above the Spectre. I know I have not really gone over the other shotguns and have solely talked on the rival, but real quick, here it goes. The Crowning King shoots fast and hits hard. The Slate is just a worse Crowning King, but still slaps. The rival goes here because baby Nitro. The Terminus needs traits. The Romero has only 1 shot, and the Spectre, well, it's seen better days.